So 3, 2, 1, and spawn at quad. Super good. First blood. Oh, it's a shame. Mowed down by boomsticks. Not the best way to end the quad run. I'm glad you're talking about these things. I'm learning some foreign language things now. Important things too, like how to say fart in Finnish. I'm sure I will get to use this sometime in my life. So, Diki got a quad and a first blood and then died to boomstick, so he didn't have time to do anything for his team really, besides securing the item. And Made have just taken off. 2 for 1 at yellow. 3 for 1? How? Yeah, Kip is kind of hurt. He's 40 HP now. Not great. And now we have Billy with the quad. Is this anti-lag 1? No, it's anti-lag 2. This is played on Quake.se. Samon's doing the frags. Woof! Nice push from Diki. I mean, nice nudge. He nudged that quite away. Frags ahead. So I don't remember how SQC did on previous Bravados they might have played. So I'm going to look that up. Because I feel like maybe they've done that. Yeah, they've played it versus DM Riders. DM Riders, if you don't remember, that's Hammer and Bernkoch. And these guys fly on Bravado and they got plus 100 fragged nearly on Bravado. So I guess that result isn't too surprising. It's not over. They can come back from a 20 frag deficit, let's say. But it shows that maybe it's not their best map. BillyTheKid just messing them up bad. Yes, Splash, I'm looking forward to this game actually. Because I've seen some of them in previous seasons of 2-on-2 here. So, I mean, they have a long history of always playing for years and years and years. And way before Hammer Time was even a thing, by the way. Returning lineups from a season to the other, that's kind of nice to see, so. Ah, there we go, Diki with the second quad for his team. Some health. Nobody will be crazy enough to jump to shaft knowing that the quad is at the red armor room. And yeah, that's the kind of thing SQC needs to do and is actually doing pretty well right now. They were almost 20 down, they're barely 10 down, almost 5 down. Really good work from the man, the myth, the legend, Diki. Yeah, things are pretty good, so I don't think we'll hear any complaints about that unless it starts warping for Billy. It should be good to go. BTK with a quad, so we're at plus 10. Is he going to take his team further ahead? Or is he going to jump into a grenade? So Kip just ejected. There he is. Plus 16. So this is interesting. It goes in wide swings. Plus 8, plus 16, plus 8, plus 16. Back to plus 20. That's so. The Finns they've had a comeback from like 15 frags almost, and it's all gone. It was down to +6, and now we're past +20. But the fact that this is going back and forth shows some promise, I think. And I'm hoping to see more of that from the Finns, and that might happen now with Kip bearing a quad. Painful close-range quad rocket. Thankfully, he had a bit of yellow on him. Ah, gets traded. Stuck. Actually, he doesn't get traded. He gets team killed. Diki, that's not the guy you have to frisk. That's the guy in the other color. As for the armor and health bars on the left side of the screen, I kind of like the HUD from the Quake remaster, and that's the way it does it. You might remember I used to have them centered under the weapons and ammunition, but I felt it looked kind of imbalanced visually. And also I was getting some people complaining about, why do you have health first and then armor? Because QuakeWorld does it the wrong way around with the armor first. So I'm like, well, that way it's neither. And everyone's happy about that. Diki with another quad. Whoa, nice lift. Samon needs to play more mid-air. And we're back to +7. The back and forth are something here. Someone did jump to shaft. You should have remembered he was in there. Only +5. 3 minutes to go. No. Yes. Soon to be 3 minutes to go. Quad coming up. Diki's not gonna make it. Actually, red is before quad. That red armor is not gonna take the quad unless Diki gets... yeah, so not gonna happen. Nice! Nice! That's how you take care of a quad. Push him into your next rocket. I wish I could place my rockets that well. And it's going back up. The frag difference is going back up in favor of Made. Once again. Yeah, and this confirms that, of course, if you are sitting on the red armor platform a little too early, you will get whittled down to nothing. Not to mention you can get hit by splash on the ceiling. You're not safe from any angle. +6. Kip looks like maybe he wants to... Okay, he's going to secure it for his friend. So quad got fragged. It's a shame. Well, it's a shame for SQC. I think they had it. And this is just the thing that Made ordered because they would like to keep that lead, I think. Speaking of which, one frag, that's not even a lead at this point, considering how it's been going. Come on. Minute and a half of play time remaining on this Bravado. Billy gets the red. And Diki picks on Samon. Someone has yet to pick up the yellow. He will be denied. And it goes to Diki actually, but problem is we now have Billy overlooking quad. Diki is quite a way away. Barely made the jump to red. That should be a quad for Diki. SQC have taken the lead. Final minute, and Diki has the quad. So nice preparation, nice turn of events. He got kicked out of the room. He's now back with red armor and a quad and everything he needs to take this home. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna happen. Wow! Actually, that burst of LG was kind of nice. If you didn't notice, there was a grenade waiting for him on the lightning gun spawn. Kick-ass quad run. Well, Billy was on fire earlier, but SQC have turned it their way. And then some, because it used to be going between plus, let's say, plus 18, plus 5 for Made, and now it went plus 0 and then minus. So that was great. Really turned it around. Well done. Keep that up, my friends. My friends. Picked by these guys, but won by those guys. And now they get to select the next map. Of course they go for DM4, and Diki is going to give us a little demonstration, I think. Looks like Billy's ping is going down a little bit. DM4. And it's gone back up. Well, let's just hope for him that it isn't changing wildly during the game. I haven't seen... Yeah, no, now I see it. Now there is some packet loss. So here we go, second map, picked by Diki. 3, 2, 1. Go. Someone with the shitty spawn. Anyone with red? Okay, Diki got yellow and red. And he got telefragged. He got telefragged by Samon, who then went on to... No, okay, that's fine. Diki then telefragged Kip, thanks to being telefragged. Ah. That's fine, they will recover from this. I have faith in them. Okay, Finn's controlling mid-level. Someone misses the rockets, but Diki is still forced to exit. Good thing for him, Kip was around. Okay, both on the same side. No, why? Kip made a little mistake. I'm not sure why he shot the guy. I blinked maybe just at the wrong time. Maybe so did he actually. 15 frag difference. Is QC pulling ahead already? What kind of numbers? Diki died once. There's a red guy. They're both trapped. Actually, they're not really trapped. Or are they? What was that? BTK was forced into the lava. So he was pretty healthy, and now that's all gone. Didn't even get a discharge, I think. He did shoot the LG in lava, just didn't get anything with it. He's back on the red. Actually, that's a middle made half position. Never mind. They had mid. It's gone. Nearly gets telefragged by his victim. Nah. Nah. Someone just on time for the red. Kip knows when it is now. Red, okay, yellow not too far behind. A few seconds apart. Watch out, so Kip. I don't think he'll go, but Diki is going for the armors. And of course, Samon respawns on red. Yellow is up. It's not going to be for Samon just yet. Diki's at red. So he's going to wait for the next red and not instead of rocket jumping to yellow. No, he actually went for the yellow. Okay. Samon did get the red. Did he respawn again? Whatever happened to his Red. No, no, no. Samon got the red. He got fragged because he respawned at Mega. You see, he's got 140 health. And the Finns are getting further and further ahead. Let's get out of auto track for a little bit and stick to one player for a while. Okay, let's go back to Diki. Maybe not. That grenade though, that was his grenade from the other side. Okay, Kip is going to stay there at GL. The Finns are 30 frags ahead. As Kip couldn't get in, we're stuck in that choke point. Damn rockets, damn rockets. That's red armor dead. Okay, so red goes to Kip. Diki pushes out. He's not gonna... Oh, interesting, goes for Mega. Serves a cannon fodder also. Kip had the red armor. I wanted to switch to him, but he got fragged, looks like. So let's stick with Samon for a little bit. So he weakened Diki a little bit, but no armor versus yellow armor in a shaft battle. Yellow armor is going to win. Come on. Little shaky LG. Okay, so looks like good positions. Gotta be careful. There's one in the red armor room. He's gonna have to rocket jump up or teleport out. Someone's still happy at mid. That he's been there for a while. Frag diff, so we were at plus 30. Samon and Kip. Oh, the irony. Samon frags Kip, Kip telefrags Samon. That's one way to trade. That's one way to trade. $25. Okay, going back up. Someone's stuck in the shitty mega room. Has he made it out? Waiting by the door. Okay, I'm gonna switch to Diki again. As I say this, he loses all of his red armor in the time it took me to switch to him. So that was 3 clicks. Yeah, not big for the M4, but it's getting slightly bigger and bigger as time goes. We had 30 not too long ago. We're back to 30 now. 3 minutes to go. Yeah, they can still do it. Made just needs to push a little harder. And then indeed, as you say, they'll be able to make that up. It's possible, very much so. 34 though, we're getting close to 40 frag diff now. Healthy Kip has been eating his vegetables. Good color on that guy, all red. $43, getting close to 50 now. Yep, it's getting out of hand now. What are the numbers like? Oh, Billy suffering the most, 58 deaths. Okay, go back to auto track. 40 frag difference, so Made are climbing up. And it's not moving. Have we arrived at a link moment? 40 frags in less than 2 minutes. Now it's not gonna happen. Final minute. SQCF hit 100 frags. Diki on top as usual. Kip has the red. Can he reach his teammate in the scoreboard? Nah. But I'd like to see him try. Made will probably disagree. Oh god, please no. So I don't think you'll mind me giving the win to Sjundeå Quake Club. MadeGuys will have to pick a map now. What will they go for? Blood Run? Yeah, it's unplayable because his ping varies a fair amount. Also hints of packet loss. Aerowalk, okay. I'm happy with Aerowalk. So yeah, on QTV it's a little smoothed out and we don't get to see how warpy Billy is. But apparently he is a little warpy. Yeah, I can't really tell. I mean, I want you to move, but not too much so I can still track you. Right. Thank you. Good evening, welcome. Okay, countdown. Countdown. There we go, 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Quad goes to hell. Quad goes to hell. Quad goes to SQC and dies instantly. Take the red. Samon gets one shot. Nice. Denied a teleport exit. Too many times you see people shooting, reacting to ooh, someone's going to be teleporting this way. I need to shoot a rocket here. And then by the time the rocket hits, they have already teleported. For once, he was able to deny the exit. And that's not a dig against him, it's just everyone gets tricked by this. Most of the time. First quad for the Slavs. And it's almost gone. There we go, it's gone. And it's gone. A little ahead, nice. I was worried he was gonna get wasted there, but no, that's fine. Red team did get the red though. So you're gonna have to wait for a little longer, and then someone's going to respawn as you wait. Because that's what happened in this game. What did I say? At least he didn't get telefragged and it went to his teammate. But, like, what did I say? Come on. Second quad for the Finns. Diki not dead yet. Good defense from his victim. Target acquired. Not yet. Oof. That would have been two. He did the wise thing and stuck to the armor. To me it seems wise at least. But then again, he could have sacrificed the quad. Because it was over anyway, but why sacrifice a quad to give 2 frags away? And then you have to respawn and re-gear up. So maybe don't do it then. Quad coming up. Kip got a little lick of LG in the back of his neck. Well-placed rocket. He got sniped by Samon's rocket there. You saw the pre-fire next to the mega health. Ain't nobody taking that mega away from me. Samon. Okay, so they can get the thread, and this game has been super tight so far. Not much more than a handful of frags separating the two teams. So maybe this is going to wiggle back and forth further and further apart as the game goes, but for now it's been pretty tight until the 3rd minute. There we go, back down. Quad in 3. Diki repositions, denies. And it still goes to the enemy team. Shame. Gotta be careful with that waiting here. Oh, well, there was another guy there. How thoughtful. And that's how you get from +3 to +13. And that's how you stop that from ever happening ever again. "13 frags ahead. Finns, now it's your turn." Oh, didn't even see Diki. There he is, with his waving his shaft in your face. No one's around to look at that mega health. Nice, he didn't prevent the red armor pickup, but he did turn it into bits. And that's how you go from +15 to plus nothing. Great run from Kip. There we go. That's the first time I see the score difference being in the negatives. That's in favor of the Finns. Well done, Kip. Do that again, please. Halfway through, and the Finns are now in the lead. Nicely turned it around. Diki, well efficient here. But keep Polainen showing what he's got. Sorry, my yellow. And he's gonna do it again with the help of his teammate. Nice. What spawn frag he's not getting, Diki is getting. Ah, shame. +20 now. And all that with only 4 red armors. It's just the quads. If you're just shooting boomstick guys respawning, you don't need a red armor, really. And they've been able to get a lot of spawn frags with these squad runs. Or if not strictly with the quad, then during the quad run. Ah, I think that was a direct in his right heel. Denied. Red armor is his. Yellow up now. Billy not going to be able to defend this position for much longer. He's got enough health to rocket jump up to red, just make sure no one dies. That's fine. Make sure no one dies so as not to get telefragged. Because of course that's when you rocket jump to the armor that someone gets killed and respawns on it. Respawns on you, even. 34. This is falling apart now for the Slavs. It's over. One more quad. This better be the mother of all quads if you want to get back in this game. TKs. That could help the blue guys. But it's going to take many more, so not gonna happen. 40 frags in 1 minute. I'm not seeing it. Oh, sorry. 1 minute warning. I can't do this anymore. Oof. SQC are going to hit 100 frags anytime now. They have. That LG did not touch the other guy, but it was close. 40 plus. So Sjundeå Quake Club take the 3rd map. And they'll get to pick the final map of the series, because remember, it's 4 maps in Hammer time. I mean, Time2Hammer. It's newly 4 maps only. 50 frag difference. Diki, great efficiency again. But of course, Kip's mighty quad runs will not be forgotten. That was some serious quadage from him. Serious quadage. Making up words is fun. Yes. Yep. It's one more. One more map. It is still your map pick. Hurry up, I have another game after this. Actually, are they getting ready for the next game? Well, Mutilator and Conan are playing some warm-ups with Ganon and a fake Nick. So probably Greco then. I don't know. Shifter. Ah, interesting pick. Interesting pick. We will see how that goes. Shifter picked by Sjundeå Quake Club. Final map. 3, 2, 1. Fight. Quad goes to Made. Wow. Okay. That's what happens when you trigger Kip by shooting him in the ankle with your shaft. It's gonna turn around and frag you. You may have quad, but I don't care. I have red, and I'm me as well. Armor's coming up in 10. Yellow and red pretty far apart, so Kip looks like he's interested in that yellow. There it is. Red goes to BTK. Or was Diki? Low LG. Oof. Good tracking. Problem is the other guy had more stack. Took the frag. TK. Not a TK. Kip gets the frag and trades himself. Quad dies, so that's 2 quad for Made. And useless quad for now. Maybe more. Maybe more to come. What? Oh, he got struck from behind. Kip just pushing this. Actually, he did well because that gave him the yellow, or the red. That yellow armor is gone. All armor is gone. Yellow and red still in sync. They're on opposite sides, kind of on opposite sides. So you're gonna have to split duties. We have a red, someone has red. Diki has the yellow. Red was picked up by, I don't know who picked it up, but it's all gone now. Diki quadrant, almost 18 kill. That was an air rocket, an air quad rocket as well. Denied. Come on, there we go. Watch out, that's your friend. Still looked down the yellow armor window port thing. What? Okay. Good spam shot. Easy, and someone gets it 3 times in a row. That's also the amount of frags that SQC are ahead of Made now. 3. I mean 3 for our Irish friends. And teams are tied. Armor's still in sync. Billy making his way to the red, so is Kip. So was Kip. Yellow was picked up by Diki. He's now gone. And he's now gone as well, like in all the ways that he can be gone. Come on. Okay, we're starting to see a little bit of a delay between yellow and red, so maybe it's going to be possible to do both without splitting. Nice. Finish him. Nice, so Diki had a better position, less walls around him. Red going to Diki. Kip a little worse for wear. Quad coming up. Actually, well done. And we have a very healthy, quite healthy Diki waiting for that yellow. So he may have lost timing because it's not here for a while. Or he was waiting for respawns, counting on Kip to do some fragging, as there are 3 respawns in the general area there, and it's sort of funneled down to the rocket launcher in yellow. And we still have pretty much a tight game. Down wall, preventing shots from hitting and stuff. How dare you? Oh man, that baguette I had for my sandwich earlier was a little too sharp. So my palate feels all thrashed. Kip with quad and red. Teams are tied. Show us what you got, Kip. Gives up on Samon. No, he does not give up on Samon. Samon thought he had given up, and so ventured forward into a shot. So there you go, there was 2 spawns funneling down to this third one. Gets the yellow for his trouble. Okay, we had a close game, it's now almost +10 for the Finns. Can they keep that up? Well, yes. Yellow and red are desynced. And we had both Kip and Diki at red. We might see the same thing at yellow. Nah. Diki stays at red. Kip stays at yellow, but then they gather at red. Because it's more important, I suppose they've chosen to do that. Come on, Kip, show us what you got. That's a TK, that's fine. Red coming up, they're both making their way to the red, yep. So that's a nice quad escort to the red armor. And they're moving together to the yellow. Alright, so they're definitely putting the desync of the 2 major items to their advantage. It's red, so yeah, the armor numbers are increasing. Well, the good armor numbers, at least, are increasing more on the red side, and they're 20 frags ahead. Someone did get one of those yellows. And Billy did get one of those rockets to the face. Okay, there we go. Samon might be able to fight back for this. He had yellow, he's got red. He fragged the other yellow. I don't know if they have time on that item, on the yellow armor. Just clear all the angles. So we had a 20 frag lead, it's now just a 10 frag lead. Well done. They can do this again. But in the time that it... on one hand, this quad gave them 10 extra frags. On the other hand, we saw the enemy team pick up yellow and red, pretty much. Nah, just one of each. So I gotta be careful not to let some through again. But we're under a 10 frag diff, and we have 2 quads in a row from Made. And red and yellow are in sync again. So if Team Red decides to get together to secure an armor, they're going to have to pick one armor. They can't do both at a time. Made is back in the lead. Super healthy Samon, let's see what he does now. Can he conserve all of this until the quad spawns? The final quad of the series, actually. In a handful of seconds only. Well, not gonna be for him, maybe Billy. Not Kip, good try. Good try. Well, that's impressive. Good comeback from Made. They were down. +7, 3 seconds. Nice, Diki. Nice, jumping in enemy rockets twice. I see you have studied my demos. +11. Looks like this will go to Made. Denied. Denied. but the other way around. 3, 2, 1, plus 13, so Made take this map. Well done. Did not expect this considering the way it was going just 2 minutes ago. Well done. They did take one map. That was good. That was good. So that game's over now. Sjundeå Quake Club, Diki and Kip win over BillyTheKid and Samon. 3-1 maps.